I enjoyed the choice of music. I think it lent itself well to the air of the intention of the film. I liked the play between contrast and high colour and the low saturation black and white footage. I think that was an intelligent contrast. The pacing for me worked very well early on in the beginning of the opening.
I enjoyed the cutting between shots. I thought it was unnoticeable, which was good because it kept you interested in what was actually going on in the story part of it.
I liked the atmosphere it built up with the music. That was quite intense, quite atmospheric. I liked the way a lot of the titles blended in and blended out. That's quite nice.
Kind of the black and white style thing is quite a horror movie style effect, but I think it's kind of unique in the way it works.
Definitely in some ways it's very typical in terms of giving a setup but not giving all of the details so that you're trying to figure out what's going on. It did seem also to have some other sort of quite typical things of a body in the woods, which is sometimes some quite common in thriller films. So yeah, in that sense, it was it was quite conventional.
It's interesting. The thing that made me want to watch on was also the part of the film that I had issues with, believe it or believe it not. And the thing that made me want to watch on was the direct comparison between the dark edginess of the intended corpse disposal scene and the brightly lit, colourful, typically heartwarming scene of the couple. And it made me wonder how one had led to the other.
You kind of want to know immediately how did they get to that situation, what's led to it. And you make the assumption he's a bad guy, but you don't know, do you? So you want to kind of find out.
I really wanted to know who these people were. There was a couple in it. I wasn't sure what was going on there. I'd like to know if there's a backstory to that. It ended with 4 months earlier, so it looks like we're going to get a flashback to what's going on. I'd like to see that, yeah.
I think the direct visual comparison between the dark and the coloured shots felt forced. I think that having both shots on screen at the same time, especially in the quartered frame, was visually disturbing, and I would have liked to have seen more one shot fading into the other and then fading back out, rather than having that direct comparison. It felt, and I mean no insult, it felt almost a little heavy-handed, almost a little naive.
I wasn't really a fan if there was suddenly all this normal viewing and then the two different shots. That kind of threw me off a little. It didn't seem to fit in with the thriller thing. That would have been more action to me rather than thriller.